So here's the slow walk of my good friend John heading out with his instructor for his pre-solo check ride. That's John on the left there. And I've known John's had a passion for flying ever since I've known him. I've known him for 15 years. And actually we met during this fighter pilot simulation training that was just a hoot. We got to shoot each other down. And ever since then, John has loved flying. I've flown him in the 172 and the 182. And after the last time I flew with him, he said, "That's it, I'm signing up." He signed up for ground school right there. And now he's flying, and he did complete his solo. So I'll talk a little more about what happened and how he ended up going solo. But here's what his instructor had to say about it.
Very passionate about flying.
He loves
like a little kid. Like we all are, but it's nice to see it.
So he did mess up one of his radio calls. He called turning downwind as opposed to turning base.
Buttonville traffic, Yankee Golf, Quebec, turning right downwind for runway 15.
But they got it sorted out, and the rest of the radio calls were perfect.
We turning base for 15.
Who's turning right downwind? Because, yeah, okay, so correction.
So here's the impressive thing about this flight. It's not just that he's, realizing a dream here and going solo, which a lot of people just won't do in their lives, although they've wanted to. The most impressive thing about this is that they did their pre-solo flight, their duel. The instructor signed him off, but the winds were really light and variable, and they're all over the place. While John was up for his hour and 15-minute flight, they used all 6 runways at that airport. They had IFR arrivals, they had VFR arrivals, they had students in the circuit, they had other circuit pattern inbounds and outbounds, and John just felt that it wasn't a safe time for him to go solo. So he elected not to, told the instructor he wasn't going to go. Then he hung around with us in the terminal for a while, and things really settled down. The winds became consistent out of the south. Circuit traffic died off. There were no more IFR arrivals. And John went and talked to another commercial pilot who had just landed, and he confirmed that, conditions were much better. Place was much quieter. And so John made the decision in consultation with his instructor to end up going. And this is the result. Here he is on a nice stable final. Looks like he's got 40 degrees flaps on. Again, airplane's going to float a lot longer without the instructor. So nice round out. It's got to hold off that flare. Landed. Took off again. Liked it so much he decided to land again. Nice going, John. That's his first solo. And not a bad landing after all. Really good job. Really good decision making. I'm really proud that he made those decisions today. So even at the early point of his flying career, I'm really proud that John was able to make the right decision. It would have been easier to just go ahead and jump right up there and do that first solo right after his dual flight. But John sat down and he knew his limitations and he knew what he could accomplish and what he couldn't accomplish. And he made the right decision. I really like that he consulted other professional pilots as well. And you don't get away from flying your first solo without a good first dunking.
Congratulations.
So here's a soaking wet John with his 2 biggest supporters, his instructor and Kim. And thank you for flying with Frank. It's great to see a guy go solo and to see a guy work towards his dreams. And congratulations, Captain John.